Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so it's Detroit basketball tonight, man. Best team in the Eastern Conference for now, because if we beat them, I think that might swap with them in New York. We could be the team that knocks them down a peg. So let that be motivation, man. They've been the best team in the East all year long, but if they lose this game, I'm not really sure it remains that way. Yeah, that's what we're seeing, man. Detroit, they've been struggling a little bit, man. They just got 55 dropped on their heads by Quiet Leonard. Before that, they lost to the Utah Jazz. Before that, they had a game against the Kings where they gave up 127 points. Before that, they beat the Portland Trail Blazers. And before that, they beat the Charlotte Hornets. So we'll start from the Charlotte game and work our way forward in regards to the Pistons, get some interest, some understanding, and hopefully gain the knowledge we need to know how to compete against this team. So we'll start with the team stats of that game, which was 112-86. They destroyed the Charlotte Hornets without any trouble. Charlotte shot 31% from the field, 28-89. Pistons shot 44% from the field, 41 of 93. Pistons shot 21% from three, 6 of 28. The Hornets shot 13 of 41 from three for 32%. From the free throw line, the Hornets shot 85%, 17 of 20. Pistons 75%, 24 of 32. The Pistons got a lot of boards, man. 61 of them to be exact, 17 offensive rebounds, 43 for the Charlotte Hornets, 12 offensive rebounds there. Assists, 23 for the Pistons, 21 for the Hornets, 16 steals for Detroit, 21 for Charlotte. 12 for Charlotte. 12 steals for Charlotte. 10 blocks for the Pistons, 7 for the Hornets, 24 turnovers for the Hornets, 21 points conceded off of those. 20 turnovers for the Pistons, 19 points conceded off of those. 29 fast break points for Detroit, 24 for Charlotte. 66 points in the paint for Detroit, only 28 for Charlotte. That's crazy. Largest lead of the game was 29 for the Pistons, 6 for the Hornets, and the Hornets had the lead 15% of the time. Pistons, 81. And the box score will tell us Bridges had 19, Knipple had 19, 14 points for Miller, and everybody else scored under 10 points. No help. They only scored 86 points, so yeah, it was ugly. And for the Pistons, Tobias Harris, 27 minutes, 16 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 0-1 from 3, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 offensive boards, plus 22 for Tobias Harris. Duncan Robinson, finally on a different team for a change after being with the Heat his entire career. He's with a good Piston team. 25 minutes, 15 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3, 1 of 1 from the line, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, plus 22 for Duncan Robinson. Jalen Duren, 25 minutes, 19 points, 9 of 16 from the field, 1 of 2 from the line. He had 11 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover, 5 offensive boards, plus 13 for Duren. Cade Cunningham, 36 minutes, 22 points, 9 of 20 from the field, 1 of 5 from the 3, 3 of 4 from the line. He had 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, 2 offensive boards, 2 turnovers, plus 33 for a triple-double getting Cade Cunningham. Ausar Thompson, Amon's twin brother, is on the Pistons. We have to deal with the Thompson twin tonight. 26 minutes, 14 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 turnovers, 3 steals, 4 blocks, plus 25. Yo, the Thompson twins are different, man. Their DNA is different. These are 2 of the most athletic players the game has ever seen. And like I said, we have to deal with one of them tonight. So that doesn't bode well for us. Anytime it says Thompson on there, you hope it's Clay at this point. Because if it's either one of them two, Ausar or Amon, they're going to run past you, LA. I'm just going to be honest with you. You don't have nobody that can guard either one of them dudes. Well, we do have one person. But coach ain't going to use Adu Thero, so it is what it is. Paul Reed, B-Ball Paul, got to get out of Detroit, man. This dude needs a bigger role. Yo, can we go get B-Ball Paul, please? Paul Reed would be great for the Lakers center position. All this stuff that we got going on center position, Paul Reed's a little undersized, but he's a baller. He got 2 minutes in this basketball game. He should not be in a situation like that. He should be 8th man, 9th man off the bench for the Lakers. If we're going to make a trade for anybody, go get Paul Reed. While we're talking about doing all this other stuff, solidify my center position. Go get Paul Reed, please. He had 2 minutes. He got 1 block and 1 turnover, -1. They're not using him. Beef Stew, Isaiah Stewart. Oh, yeah, we got to see this idiot on LeBron's birthday. Schedule makers did that on purpose. I just want to pause and say, happy birthday, LeBron James. What do you get for your birthday from the schedule makers? Beef stew. and 7 games against, what's his name? Dylan Brooks. I'm telling you, they hate LeBron, bro. They hate him up there. The league office, they don't like him, man. It shows. 24 minutes, 8 points, 2 of 7 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 3 of 4 from the line, 11 rebounds, 5 turnovers, 3 blocks, 4 offensive boards, plus 11 for Beef Stew. Ron Holland, another athletic dude, just like Amen Thompson. He's not quite as athletic as Amen, but he is fast. He jumps out the gym. He offensive rebounds, does all this other stuff. 5th overall pick last year in the NBA draft. Ron Holland is with the Pistons, and the Pistons are very deadly with him off the bench. 23 minutes, 9 points, 3 of 11 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3, 3 of 4 from the line. Not very good shooting, but 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 turnover, 2 offensive rebounds, plus 16. I really love the trio of Cunningham, Thompson, and Holland going forward. I don't know how much of the rest of the stuff they keep in, but Cunningham, Thompson, and Holland need to be lifer Pistons all together, all 3 of them for the rest of their careers. If that happens, the Pistons are going to be very dangerous as they are this season. And of course, Jalen Duren, with him playing like this, you don't let him go either. Everything else, it depends. It depends. It's all working right now, but long term, do I like most of that stuff? Not really. But those 4, yes. That's what makes the Pistons exciting to me right there. So, yeah, plus 16 for Ron Holland in that game. Javonte Green, I believe that's Javonte. 14 minutes. He had 1 of 4 from the field for 2 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, plus 3. Look out for a nice defensive player there, Javonte Green. I think he played with the Bulls last year. I'm not really sure. Caris LeVert, I think he's out tonight, but he does play for the Pistons this year. 18 minutes, 2 points, 0 of 2 from both the 3 and field in that game. 2 free throws made of 2 attempts. 2 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 turnovers, 1 block. Yeah, plus 3. No, a 0 and a plus minus, excuse me. Bunch of 2s and a 0 and a plus minus. Marcus Sasser, another nice player. Undersized for certain. He's about my height, maybe a little shorter, but he can ball. When he's given real minutes, he can really go. Kind of underutilized in this Detroit situation. I don't really want a small guy on my team any further. We got too many small guards, but Sasser's a player. He can play. And I want people to know that I know that. 2 minutes, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 turnover, minus 1. The minutes aren't really there. Jaden Ivey coming back from the injury, 13 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 6 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, 1 of 1 from the line, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover, minus 14. He's starting to ramp up. And he's been back now for 5-6 games? Tonight's the night where he should be himself again. Jaden Ivey, if you were paying attention to Jaden Ivey, came back from some serious injury. I think he broke his leg last year or something like that. He ain't been right recently. He's not himself. But the more he plays, assuming the injuries haven't had permanent damage on him, he's still extremely young, the better he gets. And I think you roughly want a player to have played maybe 10 games or something like that coming back from injury before you start expecting them to be themselves at this age. Now, right now, is when I expect Jaden Ivey to have a 20-point game and start ramping up, start looking like Jaden Ivey again. So look out. He's another one of those guys in that core that you like a lot. I don't know if he fits in the Detroit team for me long term, but this guy's good, man. He's really good. He's really fast, and we just have to deal with him. Another one of those players you got to deal with. In this game, he had 13 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 6 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, 1 of 1 from the line. I think I already said all this. 2 rebounds. 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal, minus 14. Yeah, I said all that. Dennis Jenkins, another player that broke out earlier in the year when they didn't have Ivy, when they were missing some people. This guy broke all the way out. He's back down to getting 4 minutes. I would love to get him off that team and put him in a bigger situation. He's proven he deserves that. Dennis Jenkins, 4 minutes, 0-1 from the field, 1 rebound, 1 turnover, plus 1. In other words, the Detroit Pistons are a very deep team. They can withstand injury. They got plenty of guys they can bring off the bench. Paul Reed, Dennis Jenkins, Sasser, all these dudes can play, man. So if you think this is the Pistons from 2 years ago where they're the worst team in the league, it's the opposite. They're actually one of the best. So be ready for that. They have depth. Even if they get in foul trouble, they can still bring somebody in that can go for 25, defend, steal the ball, rebound, all that. They got it all, man. And I expect for them to continue to push to be the best team in the Eastern Conference, man. I definitely expect that. Beating up on the Charlotte Hornets was not a problem, but things did get a little more difficult for them, as we clearly saw. And we will point out going forward. As they start their road trip, I believe, in the Western Conference. Here, against the Portland Trailblazers, the score was 110-102. They got the victory in Portland. And let's check out the team stats. All right, so they attempted 101 field goals, hit 44 of them for 44%, did the Pistons. And 74 attempts for the Blazers, 33 of them made for 45%, significantly less attempts. 7 of 32 from the three-point line for the Blazers, 22%. 7 of 30 from the three-point line for the Pistons, 23%. Pretty much the same there. They both sucked from behind the arc in this game. The Blazers made up for the lack of attempts at the field at the line. 29 hits of 43 attempts for 67% from the free throw line. You got to hit your free throws. If you're going to get there that many times, you better hit more of them than 29. And the Pistons, basically half of that, 15 of 24 for 63% as well. They both suck from the line. They both suck from three in this game. 48 rebounds for the Pistons, 38 for the Blazers, 22 offensive rebounds for the Pistons. That's 22. 9 for the Blazers. 22 offensive rebounds, y'all. Take note. 28 assists from the Pistons, 21 for the Blazers, 11 steals for the Pistons, 6 for the Blazers, 7 blocks for the Pistons, 6 for the Blazers, 10 turnovers for the Pistons, 10 points conceded off of those, 19 turnovers for the Blazers, 26 points conceded off of those. So that's also a big difference in this game. Pistons did not turn the ball over very much. And the Pistons, for the second game in a row, had over 10 steals. We are taking note of all of this. Fast break points, 34 for the Pistons, 8 for the Blazers. That's that dynamic I was talking about. The Thompsons and Hollands and Ivies, they're going to run. 28 fouls for the Pistons, 22 for the Blazers. I think I told you guys the Blazers had 40 points in the paint, 66 for the Pistons. Just trying to make sure I got it all right. 21 was the largest lead of the game for the Pistons, 1 for the Blazers. Blazers had the lead 1% of the time. Pistons 97% of the time. All right, Tobias Harris in 33 minutes had 12 points, 5 of 14 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 1 block, 4 offensive boards, plus 7 for Tobias Harris. Duncan Robinson, 32 minutes, 15 points, 4 of 14 from the field, 3 of 11 from 3, 4 of 6 from the line, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, plus 2. He didn't turn the ball over, but he couldn't shoot well in this one. Jalen Duren, 24 minutes, 26 points, 11 of 15 from the field, 4 of 6 from the line, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 6 offensive boards, plus 16 for the young phenom. He should be an all-star this year, Jalen Duren, definitely. Cade Cunningham, 26 minutes, 14 points, 6 of 9 from the field, 1 of 2 from the 3 and the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, 5 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 offensive board, plus 11 for Cade. Asur, make sure I say it right, 28 minutes, 18 points, 8 of 16 from the field, 2 of 4 from the line, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 4 steals, 5 offensive boards, plus 11. You have to deal with him. Paul Reed had his 4 minutes again, plus 4, did nothing in those minutes. He needs off that team. Isaiah Stewart, 21 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 1 of 2 from the line, 4 rebounds, 3 blocks, 2 offensive boards, minus 14 for Beef Stew. Javonte Green got 24 minutes, 6 points, 2 of 7 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 1 of 2 from the line, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, minus 8. He does his work on the defensive end. It seems offensively he's not making much. I don't know why he's getting 24 minutes when they have so many players to play. Caris LeVert, 18 minutes, 0 of 8 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3. Ugly. 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 offensive board, plus 10 for Caris LeVert. Jaden Ivey, 18 minutes, 11 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. He had 1 assist, 2 steals, minus 1. And Jenkins, 14 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 7 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. 3 assists, 1 rebound, 1 offensive board, minus 8. And that was what the Pistons did. Kamara walked away with 8 points. Sharp had 25. Cisco had 16. Denny had 18. Klingon had 17 and 10. And that is all I care to say about the losing Blazers. They lost to the Pistons in this one. The Pistons started their road trip off the right way, but it got a little more difficult for them. They ran into the Kings, 136-127. They did beat the Kings in this game as well. And we covered this game when we played the Kings just last game, but of course we'll look at it from a Pistons standpoint this time. So the Pistons shot 54% from the field, 51 of 95. The Kings shot 46% from the field, 42 of 92. From the 3, 11 of 33 for the Kings, 33% for the Pistons, 14 of 32 for 44% from 3, 20 of 28 for 71% from the line for the Pistons, 32 of 37 for 86% from the line for the Kings, 42 rebounds for both teams, 16 offensive boards for the Pistons, 19 for the Kings, 38 assists for the Pistons, that's a lot, 26 for the Kings, 9 steals for the Pistons, 12 for the Kings, 8 blocks for the Pistons, 5 for the Kings, 15 turnovers for the Pistons, 16 points conceded off of those, 13 turnovers for the Kings, 16 points conceded off of those. You have 27 fast break points for the Pistons, 8 for the Kings, 70 points in the paint for the Pistons, 48 for the Kings, and 24 was the largest lead of the game for the Pistons, 3 for the Kings. The Pistons had the lead 94% of the times, 5% did the Kings. So yeah, the Pistons continue to be impressive in a lot of areas. Points in the paint, fast break points are areas that we need to pay attention to. They really get in the fast break, we really don't. So if we don't slow down the pace, they're going to run past us. I see that coming. Them running past us, that's an easy bet. They had 38 assists. This is about the lead there, the high rather, for the 3 games that we've covered so far. 38 assists is a lot. They don't tend to kill there as much. This is the best 3-point shooting game they've had, 14 to 32. They don't tend to be a good 3-point shooting team, it seems. But they get in the paint. They do work. They get on the offensive board, 16 of them to be exact. So, we went over all this, of course, but I'm just pointing out things that I'm seeing. 9 steals. This is a good team, obviously. We know that. And we better be ready for them or we're going to get beat, regardless of how they've been doing lately. Tobias Harris, 29 minutes, 24 points, 10 of 16 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, 1 of 1 from the line, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 1 offensive board, 0 on a plus or minus for Tobias. Duncan Robinson, 31 minutes, 9 points, 3 of 7 from both the 3 and field, 4 assists, 1 rebound, 1 steal, plus 1 for Duncan Robinson. Jalen Duren, 32 minutes, 23 points, 10 of 15 from the field, 3 of 7 from the free throw line, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 2 blocks, 7 offensive boards, minus 2 for Jalen Duren. Cade Cunningham, 39 minutes, 23 points, 8 of 15 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 5 of 6 from the line, 14 assists, 7 rebounds, 9 turnovers, 5 steals, plus 7. He was all over the place against the Kings. Stuart Thompson, 36 minutes, 19 points, 6 of 13 from the field, 7 of 10 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers, 4 offensive boards, minus 3 for Thompson. Stewart, 21 minutes, 16 points, 6 of 12 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 block, 2 offensive boards, plus 11. Do not think that Beef Stew is bashful from behind the arc. 2 of 6 in this game. He will take them. Javonte Green, 18 minutes, 9 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, no assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal. 2 offensive boards, plus 6 for Javonte. Caris LeVert, 19 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 6 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. He had 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, 3 blocks, 2 turnovers, plus 10 for Caris LeVert. And Jaden Ivey, 14 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, plus 15 for Ivey. All right, Paul Reed, Sasser, and Jenkins got DNPs, and DeMar DeRozan went for 37, Westbrook went for 27, Schroeder 10, Clifford 14, Precious 15, and 11. He had a double-double on that one. That's as much as I care to tell you about the Kings. They lost at home, no beam lit. Detroit moves on to face the Utah Jazz, and they lost the game 131-129. Utah gets the shock of the century, beating the East leading Pistons in Utah 131-129. And Pistons shot 52% from the field, 48 of 92. The Jazz shot 49% from the field, 44 of 90. The Pistons shot 49% from 3, 18 of 37. And the Jazz shot 18 of 38 for 47%. Both teams were shooting the 3 very well. Similar stats, very similar stats. Free throw line, 65% for the Pistons, 15 of 23 for the Jazz, 25 of 26 for 96%. That's the difference. You hit your free throws, Pistons, you win the game. You miss your free throws, and you lose it, and that is exactly what happened to the Pistons. That bad free throw shooting caught up to them. 42 rebounds for the Jazz, 41 for the Pistons, 13 offensive rebounds for the Jazz, 10 for the Pistons. 38 assists for the Pistons once again, 35 for the Jazz. 11 steals for the Pistons, again over 10 steals, 12 for the Jazz. 10 blocks for the Pistons, 8 for the Jazz. Pistons tend to block more shots than most teams, too. That's something to pay attention to. Most teams have been paying attention to. They don't block like this. 17 turnovers for the Pistons, 20 points conceded off of those. 18 turnovers for the Jazz, 15 points conceded off of those. 18 fast break points for the Pistons, 13 for the Jazz. 54 points in the paint for the Pistons, 50 for the Jazz. Largest lead of the game for the Pistons was 11-15 for the Jazz. And the Jazz led the game 55% of the time, Pistons 41% of the time. Pistons lost to the Jazz, y'all. Tobias Harris, 27 minutes, 16 points, 6 of 13 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 offensive boards, -5 for Tobias. Duncan Robinson, 26 minutes, 14 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, -8 for Duncan. Jalen Duren, 22 minutes, 11 points, 5 of 7 from the field, only 4 rebounds, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 4 turnovers, 2 offensive boards, -3. This is a bad game for Duren. Straight up, that's a bad game for him. And only 22 minutes, too. What happened there? Foul trouble, maybe? Nah, he had 3. He had 5 fouls. Maybe that was what it was. Cade Cunningham, 37 minutes, 29 points, 10 of 19 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, 6 of 9 from the line, 5 rebounds, 17 assists, 4 turnovers, 2 steals, 2 blocks, -1, 29 points, 17 assists. Motorcade, y'all. I'm telling you. You know, he's one of those guys to where if the Pistons stay in the one spot at the Eastern Conference all season long, you got to call him an MVP candidate. I don't think he's going to overcome Jokic, get well from Jokic, or SGA, or maybe even our guy Luka. I don't know if he can overcome those people, but he got to be in the top 5, man. And I haven't heard his name. I haven't looked at the MVP race. It's still pretty early, but his team's at the top. He's the best player, and he's doing this. I'm going to mention him. I'm going to give him MVP type honors. He deserves to be in that conversation. Amon Thompson, 16 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 offensive board, -15 for Ausar Thompson. I probably said Amon. Ausar. Paul Reed got his normal 4 minutes, 0 of 2 from the field, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, 2 offensive boards, +3. Beef Stew, 26 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 7 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 3 blocks, 2 offensive boards, -4 for Isaiah Stewart. Ron Holland, 19 minutes, 11 points, 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 4 from the line, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, +8 for Ron. Javonte Green, 20 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, 1 offensive board, -7. They really are banking on Javonte being that defensive player, man. He shot pretty well in this game, but he really don't do much on the offensive end. It's all about the steals for him. I'm keeping an eye open for him. I just don't know. I don't watch the Pistons at all, but I just don't know if he should be eating up these minutes like that. I don't think so, to be honest with you. But what do I know? I'm not over there. I'm not watching him like that. Chris LeVert, 20 minutes, 11 points, 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 4 assists, 1 rebound, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block, +13 for Chris LeVert. Jaden Ivey, 14 minutes, 11 points, 4 of 5 from the field, 3 of 3 from 3, 0 of 2 from the line, 4 rebounds. No rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 1 block, +6. He shot very well, but missed both his free throws. Ironic. Don't see that too often. And Dennis Jenkins, 9 minutes, 6 points, 2 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 3 steals, +3 for Jenkins. Laurie Markkinen walked away with 30 points. Keontae George continues an all-star-like push for 31 points, 8 assists, 7 boards there. That boy is good. Bryce Sensabaugh is starting to make a push as well. He's playing well. 20 points in this game. Isaiah Collier at 9 points, 16 for Nurkic. Double-double for Nurkic. He had 11 rebounds, 5 assists to go along with that, 2 blocks, 1 steal. He played very well. And all of that came together to make the Jazz the victor against the Pistons in a shock. So let's move on and see how the Pistons fared in their next basketball game against the Clippers. Not very well. 112-99. This was the Kawhi game. Quiet Leonard went for 55 points. That's the story there. The Pistons shot 41% from the field. Ouch. Not their greatest. 34 of 82. And the Clippers shot 47% from the field. 35 of 75. From the three-point line, 24% for the Pistons. 7 of 29. 41% for the Clippers. 14 of 34. Clippers got to the line 29 times. Hit 28 of them for 97%. Second team in a row that only missed 1 free throw, if I'm not mistaken. Ain't that how the Jazz did? Or maybe it was the Kings. Somebody only missed 1 free throw against this team, and they lost. They did that again, 24-28. This time the Pistons shot a little better from the line, 86%. Rebounds, Pistons 45, Clippers 35. 15 offensive boards for the Pistons, 8 for the Clippers. 18 assists for both teams. Only 18 assists. They're all over the place with that, I suppose. 9 steals for the Pistons, 12 for the Clippers. 6 blocks for both teams. 13 turnovers for the Pistons, 17 points conceded off of those. 12 turnovers for the Clippers, 14 points conceded off of those. 17 fast break points for the Clippers. Only 13 for the Pistons in this game. They didn't really kill it there. 48 points in the paint for the Pistons, 26 for the Clippers. Only 26 points in the paint, and you won by 13. You ain't going to see that very often. 26 was the largest lead of the game for the Clippers. The Pistons did not lead the game at all. 98% did the Clippers lead this game, and as I said, Pistons never had the lead. They never got the lead against the Clippers. It seems like they're just getting worse and worse and worse. Hopefully they play terrible against us tonight, although I'm not counting on that. Tobias Harris, 22 minutes, 6 points, 2 of 5 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 1 assist, 3 steals, 2 turnovers, minus 15 for Tobias Harris. Duncan Robinson, 27 minutes, 5 points, 1 of 6 from both the 3 and the field, 2 of 2 from the line, 4 rebounds, 1 block, minus 15. 1 offensive board. That's terrible. That's awful. Jalen Duren, 31 minutes, 18 points, 8 of 12 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 5 offensive boards, a block, and minus 17 for Jalen Duren. Cade Cunningham, 32 minutes, 27 points, 9 of 18 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3, 6 of 7 from the line, 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 turnovers, minus 6 for Cade. Asur, 24 minutes, 6 points, 1 of 6 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 4 of 6 from the line, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, 4 offensive boards, 1 block, minus 4 for Asur. Paul Reed actually got 6 minutes in this one. Ooh, 3 points, 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 1 of 1 from the line, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, plus 6 for Paul Reed. Isaiah Stewart, 24 minutes, 8 points, 4 of 11 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 4 rebounds, 1 turnover, 2 blocks, 2 offensive boards, minus 5. Ron Holland, 18 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 offensive board, plus 1 for Ron. Javonte Green, 13 minutes, 7 points, 3 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 3 rebounds, minus 2. Okay, so he's been shooting well 2 games in a row. So the defender, Javonte, that we've been pointing out, he's shooting better. I wonder if that carries over. Caris LeVert, 13 minutes, 4 points, 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 1 turnover, 1 steal, minus 11 for LeVert. Jaden Ivey, 29 minutes, 11 points, 2 of 10 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 5 of 6 from the line, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, plus 4. Hopefully he remains a shell of himself, but the minutes are going up, and with LeVert being out, I have a feeling he's going to get upwards of 30 minutes again. He had 29 in this game. I expect him to get a lot of minutes in LA. And Dennis Jenkins only got 2 minutes, 0 of 1 from both the 3 and field. He had 1 turnover, minus 1 for Jenkins. Of course, I'm going to mention Kawhi because he had the legendary line. This was his career high. 39 minutes, 55 points, 17 of 26 from the field, 5 of 10 from the 3, 16 of 17 from the free throw line. He had 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 steals, 3 blocks, 3 turnovers, 1 offensive board, a plus 20. This was a legendary line from a legendary player. You can hate him, you love him. This was incredible basketball by an incredible player, man. Kawhi Leonard, got to tip my hat. I'm not a fan by any stretch of the imagination, but this is why people do things that they shouldn't do to assure he's on the team. This is why people let his uncle run amok and demand all types of weird stuff, and they do it because he's capable of this. Now, he's going to miss 80 games out of 2 years or more, but he's going to do this, and you're going to be like, yep, this is why we did what we did to keep him. Yeah, and the Clippers are the hottest team in the Western Conference right now. All sparked by a Laker loss. Lakers, you sparked this. James Harden, 40 minutes, 28 points, 7 of 23 from the field, 3 of 9 from the field, from the 3, 11 of 11 from the free throw line, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 turnovers, 1 offensive board, plus 10. Brook Lopez, 36 minutes, 7 points, 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 turnovers, 1 block, 2 offensive board, plus 13 for Lopez. Dunn, 30 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, plus 7 for Chris Dunn. Derek Jones Jr. is back from injury. 18 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 1 of 1 from the line, 3 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 offensive board, plus 2 for Jones. Niederhauser also back from injury. 12 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 1 from the field, 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 offensive board, 0 on the plus minus. Jordan Miller had 17 minutes. He had no attempts from the 3, the field, or the free throw line. He had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, -9. He just ran around. Rarely do you see guys run around like he ran around in this one. 17 minutes of rebounding and defense. He also had an assist. Kobe Sanders, 16 minutes, 0 of 2 from the field. He also ran around. 2 assists, -3. I think that has a lot to do with just Kawhi Leonard just shooting on every possession, if I'm being honest with you. He didn't give those guys, Miller or Sanders, opportunities to get the ball. He wasn't passing. 2 assists for Kawhi. He wasn't passing. So that's pretty much how that went. It was just Kawhi Leonard being Kawhi Leonard, man. It was Kawhi at his very, very best. Lighting up the Pistons, the best team in the Eastern Conference, on a little bit of a rad stretch. He just circled the Pistons for whatever random reason. Nobody knows what inspires Kawhi. He just went out there and decided to just kill the Pistons. And that's exactly what he did. So that concludes everything we need to know about the Pistons over the last 5 games. They have not been playing as well as you would expect. It seems like the further they go into this road trip, the worse they are. If I'm being completely honest with you, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And hopefully that will continue tonight against us. I think this is the perfect time to run into the best team in the Eastern Conference, when they're absolutely playing their worst basketball at the tail end of a bad road trip. Yeah, they're probably exhausted. And they're probably not feeling too good about themselves. And that's a great thing for the Lakers, who are not a very athletic team. Unfortunately for us, that is the exact case. We are not a very athletic team. This is a very athletic team. They do have a dominant center. They do have Cade Cunningham getting 30 points and 17 assists, stuff like that. It's going to be tough. Even with them sliding, this could be a Clipper situation all over again, where a team's sliding and they need us to help them. And this wouldn't be the first time we've allowed a team to get back on track at our expense. This game's at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 Eastern here in Los Angeles. Yeah, man. I know we're coming off a win against the Kings. If you listen to my video in regards to that game, you would know that I wasn't overly thrilled with that, but I loved what we did defensively, stealing the ball, forcing turnovers. We shot better. LeBron had one of his most efficient games ever as a Laker. Nick Smith came off the bench and took advantage of an opportunity, was one of our very best players in that game. Hopefully he'll get those same opportunities tonight. And we're coming off a 3-game losing streak before that, man. Nothing to really be proud of, man. Nothing to really be proud of. And I don't think one game gets you out of that slump, especially when you have to see a team this good this soon. So that's really what it is. Hopefully with the Pistons struggling, that'll just continue and we'll take advantage of them somehow. But they do have some natural advantages against us, which concern me a lot. So the Pistons will be wearing white on our floor tonight. They are wearing their home whites. I'm not usually a fan of that, but because we're wearing our black uniforms, that tells me we're likely going to have our alternate black LA floor, which I really am a fan of. So for that reason, I won't complain at all about the Pistons wearing white on our home floor. All right, so Rui's out, man. I don't know how long. I don't know what the situation is, but Rui is not going to play in this game. Austin Reeves, of course, is going to miss a month. Gabe Vincent, thank God, will be out in this game. Wendell Moore is a game-time decision. I don't know who he is. He probably wouldn't get no minutes anyway. And Chris LeVert is an injury game-time decision as well. So basically, the Pistons are healthy. They're healthy, 100% healthy. Nobody's expected to be out except for a guy they won't use, and maybe Chris LeVert, who, to be honest with you, is probably a little washed. Your projected starters tonight: Marcus Smart, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Jake LaRavia, DeAndre Ayton. And for the Pistons, Cade Cunningham, Stuart Thompson, Tobias Harris, Duncan Robinson, and Jalen Duren. So that's really what it is, man. The Lakers going up against the Pistons. We're coming off a win against the Kings, but we're not too thrilled about how we've looked in December. In fact, it's the final game of December, and we're very happy about that. December has sucked very bad. So let's see something else that this app gives us. I usually don't say, but we are 20-10. The Lakers are 5th in the Western Conference. Of course, the Pistons are 24-8, first in the Eastern Conference, with the Knicks like a game behind them or half game behind them. The Knicks are rooting for the Lakers hard tonight, believe me. They're all Laker fans. 11-6 home and away record. I still don't know what that means for Detroit. 8-5 home and away record. You tell me. Offensive rating for the Lakers, 7. Offensive rating for the Pistons, 8th. Second on the defensive rating for the Pistons, 23rd for the Lakers. So that's where we really part ways. 15th net rating for the Lakers. Overall, 6th for the Pistons. And, yeah, that's what's going on, man. We need Luka Doncic to be Luka the Don tonight, man. All that 4 of 10 crap. We don't have fast enough feet players to not take high-quality shots tonight. We have to be intentional with our shot selection, Luka. And I'm pointing him out because he's our superstar. It is what it is, man. He throws away too many possessions with long three-point shots that we do not board, and his own turnovers, for which he leads the league in turnovers. We can't have 2 of those struggles going on at the same time and expect to be a very good team when we don't have the foot speed to go up against some of these teams we've been facing. He has got to choose his shots wisely and provide us quality offensive possessions. That's his job. He also needs to get other people involved. Now, we don't have Rui out there tonight, so it's not the same dynamic to where we got to just look for that player or else he's not going to be useful. Jake LaRavia will likely be on the floor. That's a Banshee-like guy. I'm going to do all kinds of dirty work. I really like Jake in the starting lineup. He tends to play well in the starting lineup. And we're going to need all of his energy tonight and Vanderbilt's energy tonight against the Hollands and the Sewers and the Cade Cunninghams and the Beef Stews of the world. It's LeBron's birthday, man. This is a national televised game against somebody who wanted to take his head off a couple years ago. It's going to be a spirit in the matchup. Anytime Beef Stew is on the floor, it's going to be spirited. That's just what I will say. I don't know if it's going to be bad. I don't know. You know what I mean? But that dude is like a wild card. You never really know what he's going to do. And so I would just say just stay on high alert. Keep security around the Laker bench tonight. Cade Cunningham, man, one of the best players in the league, dude. He is what he is. He can close you out. He can obviously get his players involved. Luka's going to have to outduel him tonight for us to win. And keep an eye open for Tobias Harris. He tends to wake up against LeBron James. LeBron tends to wake up against him. They've been doing this for years. LeBron's been cooking Tobias Harris for 20 years now, like almost literally. So I always pay attention to that. And it would be nice if our coach called Adu Thiro's number tonight, because you're going up against Holland and Thompson, and those are 2 of the most athletic players in basketball. And they run. They both play defense. They both get out in a fast break. They both get offensive boards. They're both going to be quicker off the ball, quicker off the bounce, quicker on the floor. They're going to be quicker than you. And so if you don't have quick-footed players on the floor, you're setting yourself up for failure. This is not the night to be unathletic. That's what I will say. This is not the team to go up against unathletic. Just like we've been having trouble against all these teams with athletes, Pistons are another team that can attack us just like these teams we've been facing. Phoenix, Sacramento. They just have quicker-footed players. OKC, San Antonio, all these teams, they have players who are just going to be able to do more physically than the Laker players. And this is why you need LaRavia, Thero, and Vando to get healthy minutes tonight. So I'm counting on JJ to not screw this up tonight, man. We need our Banshees against this Detroit Piston team. If you leave us unathletic, we're going to be screwed. Ayton is going to have to win the battle against Duren. I don't know that he can do that because Ayton is fantastic, but Duren's he's different this year. But we're gonna probably have to take a hit in regards to our efficiency from Ayton. I don't expect him to go 8 for 8 tonight. Duren's too good of a defender, too good of an offensive rebounder. So we're just gonna have to play that by ear. Hopefully we get some success out there. But Duren is a monster. I expect for him to go for probably like 17 boards, no exaggeration, 6 offensive boards, something like that, against a team like us who gives up boards like crazy. So this is definitely a better team than us, man. Make no mistake about it. We could definitely use Austin Reeves' ability out there tonight, and he ain't there. So this is not the night to not have him, but it's LeBron's birthday. We got Luka the Don, and we're going to need those 2 to lead the way, and Ayton as well. And our Banshees are just going to have to play hard. It would be great if Nick Smith can find confidence tonight, just like he did in that last game. But this ain't the Kings, and they steal the ball, as we know. They block shots, too. So we need to be very careful against this very, very good defensive and offensive team. The Pistons are the truth, and they've endured one of the most embarrassing seasons in NBA history 2 years ago. They were worst team, period. like arguably the worst team we'd ever seen. These are the same men. These are the same men. Like they haven't added much to their team since then. These are the same people, and they are better. They are leading the way, and their resilience is honorable in my opinion. To say that most people would want off this team after going through what they went through, they're all still together, and now they flipped it on its axis, and they're the best team in the Eastern Conference, second best team overall in the NBA. So the resilience and the heart factor is there. This is a good team. They were a good team when they were bad because they were able to weather the storm of being bad. So that's what it is, man. The Pistons, you got to respect them, and you got to take them seriously. With that being said, they're on a bad streak. At some point in time, you expect for them to get it right. You don't want to be the team that lets them get right off of you. As we mentioned, we've been that for other teams more than once this season, most recently with the Clippers, who haven't lost since they beat us. So let's not do that for this Pistons team. They would love to end this road trip on a high note after dropping 2 games against teams they know damn well they shouldn't be losing to. And unfortunately, we are just another one of those teams. Without Austin Reeves, we are another team they know damn well they shouldn't be losing to. But this is our building. It's LeBron's birthday. We got Luka to Don. And so that means, in my opinion, we have the best player on the floor. Love Caden Cunningham. I think he's great. He's not better than Luka. So we need to win the superstar matchup tonight. We need to hustle tonight. And we need to show that we understand that we're going up against a team that is a contender. A team that, if you find your way into the finals, could be potentially the team you see in the finals. This is what it's about. You got to beat the best. We haven't done very good against some of the best teams in the league. We've been losing every time we run into somebody who's a contender, with the exception of the San Antonio Spurs earlier in the season. I think we've been losing to all the good teams. And we beat the bad ones, but this would be a huge win for the Lakers if they can find a way, without Austin, to beat the best team in the Eastern Conference. Never mind what the Pistons been doing over the last 2 games. The bottom line is they are who they are, and they're healthy. We're not. So if we beat them, it'll probably be the best win of the season so far. So take care of the basketball. Try not to turn the ball over against another good defensive team with a lot of athletes who are going to be on ball. They're going to press you full court. But we've been tested in that way because we played the Suns 100 times already. And they do that too. So we should be ready for that. And, we got to keep our turnovers down. Luka, LeBron, they got to keep the turnovers down. We expect them to get turnovers against a team that's good as they are defensively, but we can't have unforced ones tonight. So, man, Marcus Smart is important tonight. He did not score the ball in the last game. When we are at our best, he's able to hit shots. Now, we don't want him going 2 for 30 from behind the arc like he's prone to do. That's not going to work. But we do need him to score some tonight, especially with Rui out. Man, this is what it is. Who are we? Who are we? At this point, we've had so much turnover with injuries, guys in and out of the lineup constantly in the month of December, and that continues tonight with Rui being out, Gabe being out, Austin being out. We do get Jackson Hayes back tonight, so that's very good news. Welcome back, Jackson Hayes. He hasn't really played well over a week, or 2, but hopefully him going down with the injury is kind of, got him back into a reset mode to where he can start playing well again. Hopefully, we need him to play better. I think there's some correlation between him not playing well and our bad December. So we need him to be his best and come back from injury. That's a lot, but stay on the floor. Don't get in foul trouble. Catch lobs. Do what you do. When you play well, we tend to play well. Jackson Hayes. That's the truth. So, man, it's tough, man. No Rui. A lot of lineup issues. A lot of confidence issues. At least we beat the Kings. But I think if we lose tonight, you can consider us still on a very serious slide. So this is a very important basketball game. We're on a home stand for now. We got 2 games up against Memphis up next, an improved Memphis team, a team that we've beaten already once this year, but could very easily come in spirited. So, it's an interesting stretch. You got a New Orleans team that's much improved as well coming in after that. You got to play San Antonio somewhere in there. This is an interesting stretch, and I expect the Lakers to give it their all, no matter who's on the floor, next man up mentality, and understand that our superstars are on the floor. We may not have Austin, But Luka and LeBron are out there. It's LeBron's birthday, so let's go out there with some pride. We got our nice shiny black floor, I believe, out there, our black uniforms. We have this game on Peacock tonight, so the whole world is watching. This is a big game. It's a big game, and we need this victory. We need this for our morale. We need this to prove that we can actually overcome some athletic teams out there. We need this for bragging rights in the Eastern Conference versus Western Conference. We need this for a lot of reasons. This is probably the biggest game of the season thus far, in my opinion. So let's go out there and do it, man. Detroit Pistons, Los Angeles Lakers, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, BDF 44. I thank y'all for watching.